This segment is sponsored by New Perspective Financial Solutions. Estate planning can be a tough topic for families to discuss, but when it comes to transferring wealth from one generation to the next, it's extremely important to have that conversation and have a plan in place. So here to help us make a plan is Tavon Jackson. Tavon is the founder of New Perspective Financial Solutions, a DC-based firm that focuses on preparing people for a successful retirement. And Tavon is joined this morning by Meredith Hill. Meredith is an estate planning attorney with the Hill Law Group. Good to have you back, both of you.
Thank you.
All right, Meredith, let's start with a little true or false game here. When it comes to estate planning, is an updated will enough?
False.
Okay.
So an updated will is a great place to start. But there's other documents that accompany a will that completes a comprehensive estate plan. So updating your power of attorney, making sure that that person is the right person that you want to have in that place. Updating your healthcare directives, making sure your wishes are known for if you are unable to communicate to the doctor. You want to make sure that it's in black and white what you want to happen, and you've nominated a correct person who can express those wishes on your behalf.
So it's so much more than just divvying out your assets in that way.
And a lot of people go to Legal Shield or they get the little Susie Orman little
Right.
kit. But just know that those are templates, and you don't want to have a cookie cutter approach for your estate plan. Everybody needs a specific plan, and that's why we work with an estate attorney.
Everybody's unique, their situation's unique. You
Everybody's
deserve
special.
a personalized plan. Everybody's special. That's a good way to put it. I
Yes.
like that. All right, what is probate court? Why do families tend to find themselves there?
So probate court is a court that looks at your assets and your personal property after you've passed away and decides who's going to get what. So a lot of times they'll look at your real properties, your house or your bank accounts, and they'll decide who in your family inherits, or if they'll look at your will and see who gets it. So families find themselves there in one of two situations. So first, the loved one that has passed away did not do any planning at all. So the court at that point has to follow the rules that are laid out by the specific state where the person has resided.
Okay.
The second way is if you only have a will. A lot of times people think that having a will is a great way to bypass the probate process, and that's not the case. It makes it simpler because it lays out a roadmap, sort of, but you still have to go through that probate process.
So if you have the plan, a more intense plan, then there won't be maybe that process per se, or any infighting about who gets what.
Yes, it makes it clear.
Yeah, I like that. All right, Tavon, what exactly is a trust, and when does like a trust come into play?
Well, a trust allows you to set the rules on your money when you're no longer here. So most people have like 401ks, IRAs, but they have beneficiaries. But if I had a son and my son inherited my 401k, he can do whatever he wants with it. He can go to Vegas, have one good night, and spend the whole life savings. So by having a trust, you can set little milestones such as, hey, he has to graduate college, or he has to get straight A's in order to get this money. So you can get really creative with the trust. And Meredith can talk a little bit about that as well. So.
That's very true, because one of the things that people come to us very concerned about is leaving money to loved ones as a one lump sum, because you've earned this money over the course of your life, and you don't want it to leave. You don't want it to leave to someone who's going to squander it.
Right.
So just like Tavon said, you can make benchmarks or milestones of when and how your loved ones can inherit the assets that you leave behind.
Good to know.
It's also really good to create a trust if you have minor children, and you want to make sure that they are being cared for their health, education, maintenance, and support if you and your partner were to pass away while they are still minors.
So then what is a good age or season of life to begin estate planning?
Well, I always recommend as soon as you turn 18, you should start, which seems kind of young for a lot of people, but when you go off to college, you are an adult, and you want to have those basic documents in hand, even if it's just a very simple will, and making sure you have your power of attorney as someone, like you can name your parents, just in case something happens to you. Another great time is once you have children, as you get married, if you get a divorce, And just as life occurs, you want to make sure that you are continuing to update your plan.
Okay, updating is the key there too. Meredith, thank you
Yes.
so very much. Tavon, thank you very much. If you at home, if you would like to learn more about preparing for your retirement, New Perspective Financial Solutions has a great offer for you. Tavon wants to help protect and continue to grow your money while also helping you create a reliable income stream. So right now, for the first 5 callers with a portfolio of $100,000 or greater, they're offering a complimentary retirement income plan just for you. This will allow the team at New Perspective Financial Solutions to sit down with you personally or schedule a call to make sure that you are on the right track for a successful retirement. That number to dial is 240-335-8366. Again, that's 240-335-8366.